the book of Remembrance of Melchizedek, including the little book of John the Revelator, page 546, the little book, chapter 2, verse 100. Strength of the righteous in the last days, the arm of the Messiah in the fall of Babylon. Chapter 2. In verse 100. And it is expedient that during the times of tribulations, that my people keep their eyes upon the light of truth that comes by my touch of loving kindness. And this is necessary so that they do not find themselves overcome by the surrounding darkness. And this is necessary, I am loving kindness, so that they do not find themselves overcome by the surrounding darkness, the filthy water. And in the tribulation times, only my truth, and in the tribulation times, only my truth born witness to by my spirit can aid my people who are in the midst of the coming occupation and oppression, to stay happily attached to the circumstances of their lives. And so they must constantly call on me. And so they must constantly call on me. And use the holy order to sue for protection, healing, and comfort. And in these days, the righteous who abide to endure in their diligence to live their lives in this manner shall roar like young lions, shall roar like young lions, and lay hold of the prey, and shall carry off safe, and none shall deliver. And thus my people in this day bring the downtrodden and dismayed unto me. And thus my people in this day bring the downtrodden and dismayed unto me, only to find salvation. In the occupation and oppression will give way in the face of it. The little book, chapter 2, verse 103. And thus the prayers of the saints will find endowment, and they shall prevail to be strong, using the elements of righteousness, and they will not be neglected by Michael or Jehovah and all the host of heaven who stand together with them in the covenant of Shabuah. And in all these things my people will be prepared to sweep the earth with righteousness and truth. My people will be prepared to sweep the earth with righteousness and truth during the tribulation times, during the tribulations, and in the great gathering to follow. And the last symbol coming down on the head of the man speaks of my people enduring in faith, speaks of my people enduring in faith by the power of righteousness and charity to pass on to the next generations the light that came by my finger touching the stones. Verse 105, and they shall be responsible to remember. And they shall be responsible to remember, even as the listeners of old, the light and truth that they have received, the light and truth that they have received, and which carried them through their tribulation times. And they will see with clarity and hear with sound judgment, to speak my words to all the brokenhearted and forlorn. Because after my arm is revealed, when all flesh will behold my presence in creation, Babylon will fall, leaving no remnant. And all who depend on her will need compassion from my elect, even to the extent that they will receive it. And many will stumble and sit on the ground and be dumbfounded when confronted by loving kindness, a thing which they had never before known. And in those times, the overflowing love of my people, the overflowing love of my people for the unfortunate, the overflowing love of my people for the unfortunate will come before the face of my Father as a sweet-smelling fragrance to bring joy and mirth to his heart. And the earth shall rest at last. And this is how you can be confident in the 7 foundations of Shabuah. The little book, chapter 2, verse 108. And when Babylon falls, be not afraid, because it is the hour of your dominion, and their day of dominion will be gone. And in those days I will set my hand for the last time. And in those days I will set my hand for the last time to gather my elect for the last time, to gather my elect in preparation for my second coming, when I will appear just as I am, to be seen as the man that Anachseed became, so that he could dwell in the temporal world, both with the Holy One and the profane, both with the holy and the profane, and with the just and the unjust. And thus will Shabuah bear fruit. Thus will Shabuah bear fruit in all the regions of the eternity of elder. The righteous see and hear the truth by Urim. The righteous see and hear the truth by Urim. The righteous overcome all things by truth. The righteous see and hear the truth by Urim. The righteous overcome all things by truth. Little book, chapter 2, verse 109. And looking further on the redemption side, you can see that my finger touched the stone. My finger touched the stone right before the eyes of those in Shabuah. And I have caused them to both hear and see the truth. The Spirit, Christ, not man. I have caused them both to hear and see the truth through the stones of the Urim, in a way that has been known since the beginning. Malachi 3:16, a book of remembrance was written since the beginning. And the colors inside the stone rise up to influence the meaning of the covenant tablet. And they are by the means by which I have written on this tablet. And the color blue is the color of the north, and it designates the presence of righteousness to the meaning. Verse 111, and you can see that the coming forth, the coming from the touch of the stone, righteousness spills out to influence what the man or woman speaks. Righteousness spills out to influence what the man or the woman speaks. And those in the dispensation of the covenant speak the truth. And the truth is the means whereby they overcome all things. And the blue color on the lips shows this. And you can see that the coming from the touch of the stone, righteousness spills out to influence what the man or woman speaks. And those in the dispensation of the covenant speak the truth. And the truth is the means whereby they overcome all things. The book of remembrance. This is the little book, chapter 2.